Right, I'm just making a quick video about the repeal of Section 21. They're bringing in the sort of renting reform bill. I'm a landlord, and I've got a few houses that are rent. And as it stands at the minute, if I want to gain possession of one of my properties, I've got to give the tenants written notice, and I can get the property back with 2 months' notice. So I can say to them, right, 2 months' time, I want the property back. They vacate, and that's how it is at the minute. So what they're on about doing is changing the law so that you can't have a no-fault eviction. So you need a valid excuse why you want the property back, i.e. you might want to move into the property, or you might want to sell the property. I think the government's only really doing this because they think that it'll gain votes. That there's a lot of people renting, and they think people are going to go, oh yeah, oh look, vote Tory. They brought in this reform bill. Aren't Tories great? Looking after us renters. Well, that's not the case at all, because something like that's not going to. You're not going to get any votes from it, are you? People are, a lot of people are still going to be voting Labour. So all in all, that's the only reason the Tories are doing it. Just to sort of like, they're thinking to themselves, there's less and less homeowners, more and more people are renting, so we can appeal to a wider audience, and that's why they've brought it in, sort of thing. Personally. At the minute, I'm thinking of selling one of my properties, and I keep sort of thinking to myself, oh, shall I issue a Section 21? Ideally, I would like to get my properties back towards the end of the year. That's what I'm sort of thinking, and maybe I've got to sell one of my properties because the interest rates now are so high. It's not affordable. It's not affordable. So I need to sort of sell a property so that I can pay off mortgages on other properties. Because if not, basically, a property, if the property's renting say for $750, by the time you've took off the letting agent fees, which would probably be sort of like, say, 60 quid, so you're looking at getting 690. I reckon, like my mortgages, like one of my mortgages, it'll be 700, so I could be £10 a month worse off. So I need to do something. I need to sell a property or whatever. The thing is, with this Section 21, it's going to go that on the news and the BBC have sort of said, oh, it's coming in or whatever, and I'm sure that loads of tenants are thinking, oh great, I can't. Oh, it's been on the news. I can't be issued with a Section 21, but that's not the case, because you can still use the Section 21 until it becomes law. It's only the second reading in Parliament. So it's not law. So if you're a landlord at the minute and you think to yourself, right, I want to issue a Section 21, you can issue one. And what they're saying on top of that is they're saying that there will be a year's grace. So when it becomes law, you'll still have a year. You'll still be able to use the Section 21 for a year. They're going to give you a year's grace before they sort of bring it into law. So really, if they manage to bring it in the next, say, 2 months, and it's like August 2023, you'll still be able to evict somebody on a Section 21 until August 2024. So it's not too bad. Also, part of this Reform Act is pets. They're saying, the government's saying, if somebody's renting a house off you, and they turn around and they go, oh, I want to have 4 dogs, then you've got to allow that. You can't say to somebody, oh no, you're not having animals in my property, because Michael Gove obviously is an animal lover, so he's decided that's a good idea. The thing is, I've been renting properties for about 12 years, and generally I've been okay. That I've had good tenants, I've had bad tenants, but I've had in that time I've had sort of 3 instances where I've had a tenant who didn't pay their rent, and then they managed to sort of leave and get a council property and move out, and the house wasn't really looked after. She had 3 young children, and every wall had biro marks, mucky handprints. I had to completely repaint the property, and it was in really bad nick. So that's one of the things. I've had another property where a single bloke was living in the property, and he must have been an absolute slob, because literally the property, when he moved in, it was immaculate. When he moved out, it was like, the garden was overgrown, every wall needed painting, all the carpets needed redoing, the bathroom and the kitchen needed a thorough clean, and it's just that the whole thing's a waste of time. Basically, I think he'd paid something like a £450 deposit, and to put the property right cost me about £2,000. So obviously I had his £450 deposit, but I was still 1,500 quid down. So all these sort of laws that they're bringing in, I think what will happen is landlords will basically knock it on the head. It's like at the minute, if you're a landlord and you're renting a property, and let's say you've got a property that's worth 200,000, and you might be lucky enough that there's no mortgage on it, and you're probably getting, say, I don't know, £750 in rent. Like I said, after letting fees, you're getting sort of like £640, something like that, or no, yeah, £660, say £660, something like that, after your letting fees. In reality, you'd be better off selling your property, putting your money in a high interest account. I mean, at the minute you can get 4% in a high interest account. So 200,000, you could get £8,000 a year, where on your property you would get, say, £7,000 a year. No aggro. So yeah, I think what will happen is loads of landlords will sell up. I think so as soon as this Section 21 thing comes in, people will look at it and go, right, I'll hang on for 6 months or so, hoping that property prices will increase, and then loads of landlords will start selling. I bet you will lose a quarter of rented properties. I bet a quarter of rented properties. I mean, especially if you've got one property, what's the chances you're going to think, you know what, I won't be able to get the tenants out, they're going to have a load of dogs, they're going to wreck my house. So I think a load of landlords will leave the market, and then rents will shoot up dramatically. I can see rents in the next 4 years doubling. That's what I can see, because there won't be any properties to rent, because all the landlords will be selling up. That's what will happen. It's like when the government meddles in these things, they just cause problems, don't they? So that's what I think will happen. A load of landlords will sell up. But anyway, that's all I'm doing for now. I just wanted to have a bit of a rant. If Michael Gove had any sense, he would keep the Section 21. He would just leave it alone and think to himself, you're not going to get any votes. Just a waste of time. Just sort of stitching up landlords. Because I'll tell you what, he's definitely not getting my vote in the election. And that's all I'm doing for now. Alright, cheers, bye.